Hey viewers, welcome to VRFTCV, or Video Reviews for the Common Videographer. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Libec LS-22m 2-stage aluminum tripod system. This tripod kit comes with the T68 tripod legs, a mid-level spreader, the H22 fluid head, a quick release plate, the PH2 pan handle, 3 FP1 foot pads, the TC60 carrying case, and a 3-year warranty. The Libec H22 fluid head is rated at 8.8 pounds, or 4 kilograms, although it can support more. When you first get the tripod, it will be in a long, thin cardboard box, adequately packaged for the dangers of shipping. Inside, you'll find the TC60 carrying case. This is something that's a big step up from the lower tier tripods. Having a bag to carry your tripod in will be extremely useful, both for the protection it offers the tripod and the ability to quickly head out the door without having to gather up all the various parts of the tripod system. The TC60 carrying case is opened and closed by a single zipper. Once inside the TC60 carrying case, you'll find the tripod and head already assembled and neatly packaged in bubble wrap. The PH2 pan handle is also enclosed in bubble wrap. Libec has obviously done a wonderful job of making sure that the tripod system arrives in perfect shape. This is much more effort than most companies go to when packaging and sending out their products. So let's move on to how quickly you can get the tripod set up and ready for shooting when using the Libec LS-22m 2-stage aluminum tripod system. You have two choices for the footing of the tripod legs. Libec includes 3 flat tripod shoes with rubber on the bottom for flat floors or surfaces, or you can opt to go with prong rubber feet on the bottom of the legs when on rough or uneven terrain. The first useful innovation that the Libec T68 tripod legs have over the competition is that on the base of the legs there's a small hook with a self-retracting wire attached. This string comes out to the length needed to loop around the other tripod legs, thus securing them from moving out of place when you don't want them to. This is a simple but really useful idea by Libec. Moving on to the legs themselves, Libec has implemented a very quick, easy method of extending or retracting the legs. A 270-degree turn of the knobs will lock or unlock the sliding leg sections of the T68 tripod legs. There are 2 tiers of adjustable leg sections. The tripod can go from folded to completely extended in less than 30 seconds. The height of the legs varies depending on whether the spreader bracing pipes are extended or not. Completely collapsed, the height is 24 inches and 6/8 of an inch. The height when completely collapsed with bracing pipes extended is 23 inches and 1/8. The height fully extended with bracing pipes collapsed is 53 inches and 7/8. And the height fully extended with bracing pipes extended is 50 inches. Moving on up, we come to the BR1S mid-level spreader. This is the first thing I don't like about the Libec LS-22m 2-stage aluminum tripod system. The BR1S mid-level spreader is not as well built as the rest of the Libec LS-22m 2-stage aluminum tripod system. The middle of the trident where the spreader folds and unfolds is definitely not very well made. It feels like cheap plastic and seems as though it could break from a simple bump. The BR1S mid-level spreader is extendable to allow a wider base for more stability. It goes from 5.5 inches to 8.5 inches on each side of the spreader. The bracing pipes are retracted or extended by turning the threaded locks in the middle of the bracing pipes. These are often troublesome because they are painful to grip tightly, but you must in order to get the bracing pipes locked down, or they will constantly be coming loose and moving about. At the top we have the H22 fluid head. This is where the real action goes on. The H22 fluid head is a bowl-leveled head. This means that instead of adjusting all the tripod legs individually, you simply unscrew the tensioner on the underside of the H22 fluid head, while looking at the bubble level on top to judge when you become level with the terrain. This is a huge benefit when needing to set up quickly. You simply retighten the tensioner and everything is rock solid. The bubble level itself is non-remarkable. On some of the higher end tripods they include an illuminated bubble level that is very useful when shooting in dim lighting conditions, such as in the back of a theater or a wedding reception. So it's unfortunate that the Libec LS-22m 2-stage aluminum tripod system doesn't have one. The H22 fluid head has 2 knobs to lock off or allow free movement on the pan and tilt. These are well-made, easy-to-use knobs that are not too small or too big. On the back of the H22 fluid head there are 4 counterbalance settings. They are 1. A front-heavy camera, 2. An evenly balanced camera, 3. A back-heavy camera, and 4. No counterbalance. This is far from a great balancing system, but if you're coming from a cheaper tripod, this will be a welcome addition. The quick release plate is locked or unlocked by way of a simple lever at the back of the H22 fluid head. The tenacity that this little piece holds the quick release plate to the H22 fluid head will certainly alleviate any and all worries that the plate could come free by accident. The quick release plate itself is fairly straightforward. It has the standard 1/4 inch mounting thread and is turned by a foldable piece that flattens down when you are done. In addition, it has a small spring-loaded lever that keeps the camcorder from turning right or left, if it has the holes to accommodate the plate. Otherwise, the lever simply gets pressed down when you screw in the main thread. And last, we have the PH2 panhandle. This panhandle is adequate for the task. All that's needed to attach it to the H22 fluid head is threading it on and turning the knob until it is tight. The H22 fluid head allows you to use up to 2 PH2 panhandles. This is nice depending on whether you are right or left-handed. My only dislike of the PH2 panhandle is that over time the plastic covering on the back will come loose. A simple fix I used was to put some super glue on the inside of the plastic cover and then put it back on. This is something that shouldn't be needed at all, however, and so it does lose a few points for that. Now let's take a look at how the Libec LS-22m two-stage aluminum tripod system holds up with some different camcorders. First up is the Canon HG10. This camcorder weighs in at 1.1 pounds, and the H22 fluid head is more than up to the task, as it does not come close to the 8.8 pounds or 4 kilograms max weight of the H22 fluid head. It's also pretty evenly balanced, so we will use the evenly balanced setting on the H22 fluid head. Next up is the Panasonic HMC40. I use this camcorder with the optional Panasonic wide-angle conversion lens. It weighs in at 5.4 pounds with the larger battery and wide-angle conversion lens, and the camcorder becomes front-heavy. Therefore, we will use the front-heavy balance setting on the H22 fluid head. Here are a few real-world examples of the Panasonic HMC40 and the Libec LS-22m two-stage aluminum tripod system. Next, we have a Canon Rebel T2i. This is a DSLR and uses many different lenses, but is almost always front-heavy due to the small size of the camera body and the weightier lens in front of it. The body itself weighs a measly 18 ounces, but depending on the lens you use with it, that weight can grow rapidly. Therefore, we will use the front-heavy setting once again. And last, we have a PMW 350K. Now the PMW 350K is well outside the range of weight supported by the H22 fluid head, coming in at 13.9 pounds without any accessories, but it's still manageable as long as you keep a good grip on the camera. Since the PMW 350K is well outside the supported weight of the H22 fluid head, there's no point in using any of the 4 counterbalance settings except for off. The most controlled movement you can hope for when using a big heavy camera like the PMW 350K, with a head rated for much lighter cameras, is to lock off the tilt and only use the pan. Here are a few real-world examples of the PMW 350K and the Libec LS-22m two-stage aluminum tripod system. So in conclusion, the Libec LS-22m two-stage aluminum tripod system is an excellent overall value. Despite my dislike of the BR1S mid-level spreader, you're not going to find much better in this price range though. The speed and functionality of the system when setting up and taking down is excellent. The H22 fluid head is smooth and quick. It doesn't have the different torque settings of higher end tripods on the market, but you would need to move up to something more expensive like a Manfrotto 501 system for that. So I can't really fault the Libec LS-22m two-stage aluminum tripod system for not having it. Aside from the BR1S mid-level spreader, the whole system is very well made and ready for the rough handling that is sometimes inevitable for a tripod. At the time of this review, the Libec LS-22m two-stage aluminum tripod system has been replaced by a slightly newer Libec LS-22DV two-stage aluminum tripod system. However, almost all aspects of it are the same, excepting the price and name. I purchased the Libec LS-22m two-stage aluminum tripod system for $469 from B&H Photo Video. The newer Libec LS-22DV two-stage aluminum tripod system is available for $120 less. At $349, this makes the whole tripod system an even better value. So overall, I give the Libec LS-22m two-stage aluminum tripod system an 8 out of 10, and I highly recommend it. That's it for this episode of VRFTCV. Stay tuned, subscribe, we've got a lot more reviews on the way.